Okay, welcome back. Now it's time to check out the answers to community questions for the development team of War Thunder. Now they have released this today, and I think we will have some very interesting things to check out here. So, with that being said, let's see what it's all about. Let me open the link first. So, the first one, how did you come to the idea of returning to mobile development? Why now? We know that you initiated the War Thunder mobile project almost 10 years ago, but it was idle for years. I actually remember when they announced it for the first time, and I also remember being confused when it just vanished. And well, let's see their response. It is true, we decided to start working on the mobile version of the game many years ago. Basically, immediately after we saw the growing popularity of War Thunder on PC and consoles, our Dagger engine was initially created with an ability for porting on all suitable platforms, and the game was ready for it. It is that smartphones were not ready for our game. As hardware in handhelds improved, we returned to the development of War Thunder Mobile. I can kinda see why. Nowadays the hardware in our phones is actually kinda crazy how strong devices are nowadays. Second one, how many people are working on a project? How enthusiastic are they? War Thunder Mobile is being developed by a new internal team in Gaijin Entertainment under close provision of the initial War Thunder creators. The number of people in the project might shift depending on current tasks, but we are talking about dozens of people. So the team is ready to rock. Developers are working hard to prepare a release version of the game. So no time to relax, we actively gather your feedback, fix bugs and issues in the open beta and add new content and features. It is really great that now during the beta testing process we already see an active player community forming. You help us a lot by recording videos of gameplay and issues, by sending in log files to locate bugs to be fixed. You also suggest many interesting ideas on how to improve the interface controls and functionality of the game. It helps the development process enormously and motivates all of the team. Currently, War Thunder Mobile features unique craft submarines, which do not exist in War Thunder. Do you plan more of the unique content to War Thunder Mobile specifically? You can just say plan, or we do not plan. Yes, we are planning it, and a smiley face. I like the friendliness so far. It's been quite interesting. War Thunder and War Thunder Mobile are two different projects running parallel, so unique content can be added to War Thunder Mobile as well as War Thunder, both temporarily and permanent. What do you think about your competitors in mobile military vehicle games like War Thunder Blitz and Tank Company? We cannot comment on the work of other companies and their products, but of course we are carefully studying their experience and respect their work. That's a fair answer, actually. Do you plan to add some non-typical tanks or mechanics, like dumping blades on engineer tanks, flame-throwing tanks? What the hell is that? Currently we are focusing on core game mechanics. Later we might return to design possible extensions and add new gameplay features like you mentioned. Okay, I don't know what to think of that, but we will see what will happen. Will you add more high-ranking vehicles, high-ranking tanks in the future, not just ones now visible but blocked in the research tree? Now, this is actually that I thought that I was doing something wrong. I thought that you have to unlock a certain tank, a certain platoon in order to progress through the tech tree, but I guess you can basically get all of them. Doesn't matter what platoon you have. It depends on the rank mostly. So yes, we do plan to add new vehicles to the game, including the most modern ones. That's going to be fun. Modern tanks. The grind shall never stop, I guess. Do you plan to change or expand the game shop content? You will see something like battle pass or boxes. Naturally, we plan to create a system of regular tasks and rewards, including the battle pass mechanics. Our focus now is to ensure you can enjoy interesting and dense battles, port maximum of the gameplay from War Thunder on PC, Game shop is not a priority right now, though it will also grow and change together with the game in the future. I actually like this answer because I like when they're actually focusing on the game and not on the shop. The shop can go second. The game mechanics and experience has to go first, and I like that they're currently focusing on that. Can we expect something to create a custom camouflage in War Thunder Mobile? Now this is going to be a very fun one. As of now, we have added only a small portion of planned vehicles to War Thunder Mobile, so our main task is to work on new tanks and ships, not their cosmetics or camo. Also, you have to understand that on mobile devices we are seriously limited in disk space. Oh, come on now. We have a lot. My device has a terabyte storage. Come on. Disk space shouldn't be that much of a problem. So we need to be very careful when selecting new contents to be added to the client. That is why now we do not plan to expand mechanics for custom camouflage of vehicles in our game. I mean, I think just I believe most devices nowadays have like a minimum of 64 and 128 gigabyte storage. The game currently is about 2 gigabytes in size, but I actually do appreciate that they do have storage in mind, because I know that storage is a very important, thing on mobile devices. So I do appreciate that they are considering that to be a limiting factor, because in some cases it actually is, but I believe most of the devices should have more than enough storage to have all that within the game. But again, feel free to tell me what you think about that in the comments down below. Will War Thunder mobile content be added to the market for Gaijin? No, we do not have such plans. Okay. 10. Can content creators expect personal referral links or codes to promote War Thunder mobile? Yes, we are working on bringing a content partnership program to War Thunder mobile like we have in other Gaijin games. Okay, that's interesting. Do you work on releasing War Thunder mobile not only in Google Play but on other Android-based markets as well as Chinese App Gallery or RU stores? Our task now is to release War Thunder mobile in Google Play Store and Apple App Store. Only when it is done, we will analyze if the game will benefit from all the release options. We will also study player demand while doing it. 12. Any plans to prohibit or sanction usage of emulators or keyboards and mouse in the game? Existing Android emulators are not powerful enough to launch our game because of their technical limitations. As for external controllers, War Thunder Mobile already supports the gamepad usage, and the gamepad is way more comfortable in this game than any attempt to use keyboard or mouse. Perhaps I should actually try to plug in my mouse and keyboard into my tablet and and I guess try to prove them wrong. Just kidding. That was a joke. How can I report offending nicknames or supposed usage of cheats and other non-sportive behavior? You can already use the in-game menu to send reports to us via our reporting tool. Also, our team is collecting feedback, suggestions and complaints on the official Discord server. Please bear in mind that recording and sending in video helps a lot to analyze your complaints and make decisions or fixes faster. We also might add some more tools in-game for reporting later. 14. How long can it take to see the replay system? This is actually one thing that I really want to see in the game. It would make recording and content creation much easier. Currently we do not work on replays, but we might decide to add that function later in-game. Well then, honestly, a very interesting update. I so far do like what they have said there, and I think we have the second one here as well. I mean, honestly, they do seem to care about this game so far. I do like. There are some things that I don't, of course, like. I mean, it's in open beta. There are some things that, can of course be better, but honestly, they have managed to capture that original War Thunder experience on a mobile device. Now I remember like 2013, 14, like literally like 10 years ago. I remember seeing some of the like alpha gameplay at the time of the game, and no phone at the time was capable enough to actually run the game at the proper frame rate. The game was running at like 12 frames per second on the lowest settings. which yeah, that was definitely not playable. And I would like to talk a minute or two about the performance of the current devices. Now, I have seen some of the screenshots that you guys have posted in the official War Thunder Discord, and I was basically looking at the frame rates that players play on. And I see usually low settings, medium settings. I rarely see high settings, and I rarely see frame rate above 60. The average is about 50 to 60 frames per second. So I would say performance is definitely a kind of a issue now. Now, in my case, as you guys know, I run the game at maximum settings, 120 frames per second. And I was running some, I say messed up custom settings. I call them messed up because my settings were a little overkill. I have reduced a lot of the custom stuff to gain more frames per second, and I gained about 50% extra frames just by adjusting some of the custom settings. Now, the custom settings are limited only to the newer generation Snapdragon devices, like Snapdragon 865 and above. I think that the new 7th Gen series and 6th Gen series also has the same function, although not really sure. Basically, Adreno 650 GPU and above does support the custom settings and the custom drivers and things like that, which does improve the performance of the game. Basically, in a similar way how you can do it on PC, you can do it on these specific chipsets. So I would say performance might be an issue for a lot of players, but again, do tell me if you have an issue with the frame rate. So far, in my case, as you see by the videos, I rarely have that. I have like, the only problem I have is the heat. I mean, I usually have the thermal monitor on the screen so that I can show you the nuclear reactor that I'm holding in my hands there. But yeah, it doesn't lie. The most important thing is that now it's actually playable, and as time went on, as technology improves, the game will be definitely easier and easier to run as the devices become better and better. Well then, that was this little update. I thought it was a very interesting thing that I can share with you, and honestly, I do appreciate the fact that the developers are keeping in contact. So, so far, I think the game has a bright future. I really do think that. So far, they did do a fantastic job with making the experience authentic with the PC version of the game. And definitely looking forward for the new vehicles, for the airplanes, for new ships, and all the nice stuff that comes along with it. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. It does help a lot. And with that being said, stay safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.
Target hit! Quicker! Requesting air support!